Hey, you guys, Chris again. Cooperation agreement between brokers. This is the document everybody's been waiting for. This document can be attached with your offer when you send it over after you've called the listing agent to verify if in fact that the seller is offering compensation to a buyer's agent. And if you have negotiated it in the contract and gotten that resolved, then we need to make sure that we have a cooperation agreement between brokers so that we can ensure that we do get paid directly from the title company. So the undersigned brokers hereinafter referred to as listing broker and seller broker desiring to cooperate in the sale of real property described as this is your listing address. Hereby agrees as follows. The licensee assisting the buyer shall be one of the following: either a transaction broker, a buyer's agent, or a designated buyer's agent. We don't use sub-agents at this time. The licensee assisting the seller hereby authorizes the selling broker to offer the above property for sale, for exchange, or for lease. Remember, our MLS allows for leases, so we do have to provide compensation to those through the MLS without using the MLS. So now if you have a rental online, you are going to have to determine what that compensation is for a leasing agent, should that come through to fruition. Majority of us are going to use it for properties that are for sale. The listing broker authorizes the selling broker to offer the above property for sale, exchange, or lease as herein above, provided in accordance with the terms and conditions of the listing agreement entered into between the listing broker and the seller. Selling broker agrees to submit all offers to listing broker and agrees further that the selling broker shall not present any offers directly to the seller without listing broker's prior written consent. In the event a sale, exchange, or lease of the above property is made to an offeror produced by selling broker, listing broker agrees upon completion of the transaction to pay to selling broker X amount of cooperation compensation that listing agent is, or that seller and listing broker agreed to. If the listing broker and seller modify the listing agreement with respect to the brokerage fee payable, such modification shall, upon written consent of the selling broker, be binding upon selling broker. Selling broker agrees to use courtesy and consideration for the seller in showing properties and to follow listing broker's instructions for showing such property. The agreement shall be effective when signed by both the listing broker and the selling broker and shall terminate upon the seller's entering into and closing a contract for the sale, exchange, or lease of the property, or on blank, whichever shall first occur. This line would be the date of closing or after to protect yourself from any extensions. While this agreement shall be in effect, the selling broker shall not contact or communicate with the seller without authorization and shall not accept any authorization from the seller to sell, exchange, or lease said property. It is expressly understood that this agreement does not extend to brokers other than the undersigned. The listing brokerage name, the broker's signature, the licensee assisting the seller, the selling brokerage, the broker's signature, and the licensee assisting the buyer. These forms need to be completed to confirm any cooperation compensation between the brokerages regarding the sale or lease of any said property. If you have any questions, please contact us and we will get those answered just as soon as we can. Again, we are going to review these as a group, Q&A, on 10 o'clock on the 17th or the 16th, I'm sorry, should you have any questions.